As the Israeli army's ground offensive continues in the mouth of the hurricane, they have found themselves stopped in their tracks by something truly shocking. Footage released by the Al-Qassam brigades has revealed the Israelis' worst nightmare. Not only have the Al-Qassam brigades engineered something that is taking apart their Merkava tanks, it is perhaps the manner of their offensive, such as walking right up to the tanks, that really shakes you to your core. This is one-of-a-kind footage, so watch until the end. Imagine how scary it must be to see your homeland invaded by Merkava tanks. These freaks of engineering rolling down the streets you grew up on. And yet, Palestinian resistance fighters have confronted the invading tanks using Yasin 105 anti-tank rocket-propelled grenades, successfully targeting Israeli Merkavas from close range. Hello, gadget enthusiasts. Welcome to Gadget Shark, the channel where we dive deep into the coolest, hottest, and sometimes mind-blowing technologies you've ever seen. Before we move on, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. Prior to the battle in Gaza, the Israeli army had identified explosive devices and bombs as primary challenges in operations within the Gaza Strip. However, Palestinian resistance fighters introduced a new element of surprise, employing extensive use of anti-tank rockets, catching the Israeli army off guard. On October 14th, the Izz-ad-Din al-Qassam brigades, the military wing of the Palestinian resistance movement Hamas, unveiled the Yasin 105, a two-stage anti-rocket. Specifically designed for RPG-7 weapons, this rocket follows the pattern of the two-stage RPG-7 VR, a portable, reusable, unguided, shoulder-launched anti-tank rocket-propelled grenade launcher. A video released by the Izz-ad-Din al-Qassam brigades showcased the construction and specifications of the Yasin 105, indicating that knowledge for producing this two-stage rocket has been transferred to the Gaza Strip. Consequently, Palestinian fighters have achieved self-sufficiency in this domain, marking a notable development in their capabilities. In the initial battles to reclaim Palestinian territories, Hamas employed the Yasin 105 rocket, achieving notable success in penetrating the composite armor of the Israeli Merkava Mark IV tank. This showcased the ineffectiveness of the trophy active protection system installed on the tank against the Yasin 105 rocket, as it managed to breach the tank's armor. Following the impact of the Yasin 105 rocket on a Merkava tank, released images revealed the devastating outcome of one crew member killed and others injured. This incident underscored the rocket's ability to bypass the trophy system, challenging the perceived invincibility of Merkava tanks. The visual evidence portrays the Yasin 105 rocket's ability to penetrate the composite armor, reaching the main armor of the tank. This signifies the rocket's substantial power against the Israeli regime's armored assets. A direct hit, as indicated by available evidence, has the potential to disable the tank. Striking from the sides could either render the tank turret inoperative, taking it out of service, or significantly extend its repair time. The Yasin 105, a sophisticated two-stage rocket, is meticulously designed to effectively counteract the protective measures of explosive reactive armor and composite armor found on Merkava tanks. In its first stage, the rocket adeptly penetrates the reactive armor, rendering it ineffective. Subsequently, the second stage of the rocket precisely strikes the main body of the tank. This two-stage marvel, equipped with a high-explosive anti-tank warhead, is specifically crafted for RPG-7 weapons, comprising a 64mm precursor warhead dedicated to breaching reactive and composite armor, followed by a formidable 105mm main warhead designed to pierce the tank's primary armor. The Yasin 105 demonstrates a robust penetration capability of 600mm through rolled homogeneous steel, or an impressive 750mm in the absence of reactive armor. With an effective range extending up to 500 meters, a lethal reach of 150 meters, and a remarkable speed of approximately 300 meters per second, The Yasin 105 stands as a formidable tool in the arsenal of Palestinian resistance fighters, showcasing both precision and power in confronting armored threats. Additionally, there exists another variant of the Yasin 105 rocket known as TBG, standing for thermobaric anti-bunker. In this version, thermobaric technology replaces the precursor warhead in the second stage. Notably, the incorporation of a precursor warhead in the first stage allows this rocket to penetrate concrete and earth bunkers. Subsequently, the thermobaric warhead in the second stage has a substantial impact, inflicting significant casualties on the enemy within fortified structures. Initially used during the Battle of Jabalia in October 2004, the Yasin rocket was purportedly developed by Hamas's engineers, led by Adnan al-Ghul, who was assassinated by the IDF in Gaza on October 22, 2004. Resembling the Soviet RPG-2 and RPG-7 launchers, this weapon serves as Hamas's anti-tank rocket launcher. Towards the end of 2005, the Izz-ad-Din al-Qassam brigades released a video offering insights into the production of the Yasin anti-tank rocket launcher. Notably, on June 19, 2005, an Israeli soldier lost his life in the Gaza Strip due to a rocket of this type near Rafah. Additionally, on October 2, 2005, a confrontation between Hamas and the Palestinian police resulted in the death of the police commander of the Shati refugee camp in Gaza, as a Yasin rocket struck the room where he sought cover. Following Israelis' withdrawal from the Gaza Strip in 2005 and the subsequent temporary truce observed by Hamas, it is widely believed that Hamas produced and stockpiled several thousand Yasin projectiles by the end of that year. Israeli officials expressed concerns over Hamas attempting to transfer knowledge and technology for manufacturing these rockets to its cells in the West Bank. The Yasin projectile is intricately crafted in two distinct parts. The propellant charge, housed in a cylindrical tube, consists of a solid fuel, likely common black powder. On the other hand, the projectile's head comprises a body tube, tail, and nose cone, all constructed from pressed sheet metal. In a revealing Hamas production video, the explosive component is depicted as a molten yellow liquid, blended with finely granulated white powder in a boiler and subsequently poured into the warhead. This explosive mixture is believed to involve molten TNT combined with powdered ammonium nitrate, forming amitol, a potent and cost-effective explosive compound. The warhead design indicates a shaped charge type, as observed in the video where a Hamas worker positions a lustrous metal cone inverted under the warhead nose. The cone, seemingly made of aluminum with a wide apex angle, suggests, according to shaped charge principles, that the warhead prioritizes a low penetration but a highly destructive pyrotechnic effect. The detonator, briefly shown in the video, appears to be a simple base impact type, utilizing a retaining spring and a weighted firing pin suspended above an explosive primer and the detonator. A safety pin secures the firing pin until the weapon is prepared for use. The final steps of constructing the Yasin projectile involve the addition of 6 spring steel folding fins to the tube-like tail of the warhead body. These fins are securely pinned down with a plastic retaining ring, ensuring that they unfold when the warhead leaves the launch tube. The warhead body, thus equipped, is then connected to the propellant charge through threads behind the tail fins. The completed assembly, comprising the projectile and propellant, is then inserted into the launcher tube, marking the conclusion of the weapon's assembly process. Despite the seemingly basic metal workshops and ordinary shop tools employed in the fabrication process, the weapon's conceptualization and engineering exhibit a remarkable degree of sophistication and professionalism, considering the low-tech nature of the design. The launching tube, crafted by the production units of the Izz-ad-Din al-Qassam brigades, bears a rough resemblance to the RPG-7 Russian rocket launcher, although the overall design of the Yasin weapon is not derived directly from the RPG-7 itself, but rather from its predecessor, the RPG-2. In practical operation, the user prepares the weapon by removing the safety pin that retains the detonator striker. Aiming is facilitated through the built-in iron sights, and the hammer on the fire controls is cocked using the user's thumb. Upon pulling the trigger, the hammer falls onto a percussion primer, igniting the black powder propellant charge. As part of the explosive force is expelled as backblast from the rear of the tube, a recoilless effect is achieved. Simultaneously, the exploding propellant ejects the warhead from the front of the tube, with the spring steel fins unfolding to stabilize the projectile during flight. The Yasin projectile follows a ballistic arc until impact, lacking an onboard rocket for extending its range. Upon impact, the internal firing pin is thrust forward due to sudden deceleration, striking the detonator's primer and initiating the explosive charge in the warhead. This results in a potent explosion that transforms and compresses the aluminum warhead liner, projecting it forward as a penetrating jet of high temperature, burning aluminum capable of defeating the target. The videos the Al-Qassam brigades uploaded effectively showcase the weapon's prowess by demonstrating its ability to effortlessly penetrate a thick brick wall and cause limited damage to a 2-inch thick metal plate. However, it seems unlikely that this particular rocket could inflict significant damage on heavily armored Israeli Merkava tanks or armored personnel carriers, which are often targeted by the Ezzeddin Al-Qassam brigades. The material of the shaped charged liner and the probable explosive used suggests that the Yasin is more strategically suited for engaging soft-skinned and lightly armored targets. Potential applications include targeting transport trucks, Humvees, enemy soldiers behind cover, and passenger craft. And you know what the craziest part is? They fashioned all of this from the materials the Israeli regime used in the destruction of Gaza. Remember to watch our next videos and to hit the bell and like buttons on your way out.